Hey, so I recorded yesterday and decided not to use it because, well, to be frank, I didn't like it. But my bus is here. It came in, got delivered here. He drove about 4 hours. Said the thing ran fine, other than I live on some crazy hills, so that made it a little difficult. He did complain about that pretty extensively. But she's here in all her glory. And came yesterday, like I said. I just did not use any of the footage, and obviously I didn't do anything either. It started to rain halfway through my last recording. It was just altogether not a good recording. But she's here. I just moved her all of 20 feet to get her over here, so there should be a stationary spot while I work on her and turn her into my future home on wheels. The coolest thing, let me show you this. She came with a fucking broom. Oh yeah. Figure you can learn while I learn. I don't know what next to any of this stuff is. I figured I'd learn while I play with it. And just found out if the key's in it, the headlights are on. Even if you have the switch in the off position. So, adventures. It's got a lot. I picked the camera up, and I might still pick the camera up to show you. Just give you a kind of quick rundown of what I got here. So, sorry for the noise. Ooh. So, I got all sorts of fun stuff over here. The driver was nice enough to warn me about the master flasher. Because if I hit that, that's the button that basically turns everything on. The doors are open. Kids can come in. But he gave me the heads up that if I choose to use that, I guess there's a safety feature built in to where I would have to go all the way back here. One moment. One moment, please. One moment. Just a moment longer. To hit the guy here. Now, obviously, these safety things are going to get disabled and everything, but he gave me the warning about that one because if I fail to do that, the bus, well, basically goes bullshit. The sirens will go off. It's all a safety thing. You know, basically making sure drivers don't just let kids fall out windows and such. But at this, all this fun stuff, I'm thinking this is cruise control. I didn't know buses had cruise control. But yeah, gonna play with it all. Like I said, I have driven it officially all of 20 feet. It was parked right there in that blank spot right there, but buses are long. And it took up a lot of the driveway. Nobody else had a parking space. Plus, I'm going to be working on it over here, so I don't have to worry about bolts punching tires or anything. But it came with a whole bunch of perks, like my broom, the broom. I still have a lot of artwork. I wish it was had a name in there, but it doesn't. But I'm assuming that's, you know, rolly, rolly, rolly. Yeah, anyway. You probably can't see it in the camera, but it says Jelly in the Belly Donut Party. And then, you know, handwritten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you guys have assigned seats on the bus? Or could you sit wherever you wanted? I personally had kind of assigned row. Couldn't really do much, but where I grew up as a kid, you weren't allowed to talk on the bus. If you talked on the bus monitor, which was usually a kid that was on a crazy power trip, would write you up, as was his job. And you would, so many write-ups, you'd get actual detention and whatnot. I had a detention, I don't remember speaking, but probably. And so that was that. So no talking for Shane as a kid. When I moved up to Massachusetts when I was a teenager, I took the bus, and good guy, it was like Mad Max. Like, nobody cared. It was scary. But yep, my bus is here. She's so pretty. I'm gonna get a little more better recording situation. Like I have the mount up here. Sorry for the weird visual, but you can see everything. I think I'm gonna do kind of this stationary camera, let this record and do its thing while I'm messing with all of this. And anytime I need to talk to you directly rather than letting you use this, I'll probably use my cell phone and piece it together for you. But that is the bus. We're thinking of a name. We got a potential name. And I like it so far. I'm going to let it roll while I'm working on it. And if it just sticks, it sticks. And I'll let you know then. Alright, so we are on our way to Harbor Freight, which I assume I'm going to be doing that a lot. I live in the Berkshires. I really have two options for kind of tool things. I have a Home Depot, it's kind of small, and I have a Harbor Freight. So we're going to Harbor Freight right now. I need an extension cord to start off with because I have the grinder to cut the seats out, but that is really hard to do without power. So extension cord. As I said before, I also want to grab hearing aid, not hearing aids. If I didn't have this, maybe. I want to grab the earplug things. I don't want to wear muffs the entire day. And some safety glasses. Stepfather asked me for gloves, so don't let me forget gloves. He said the kind with the yellow band. So, pump. Grab those. Yeah, so don't let me forget those. And those, so far, are the only three things that I know I gotta grab. Hopefully my camera's not shaking around a ton, but I live on a very bumpy road to begin with. If you are bumping around, I actually really like where you are right now. Hopefully this camera view is good. And it's not like full on like stare up my nose. But yeah, so we're on our trip now. I just made some coffee. I have my mask because this is still during Corona. Yeah, so I love wearing my masks around in public now because I stick my tongue out at everybody I used to just smile at. They have none either. I will tell you this. Sometimes I don't like the smell of peanut butter. Completely random, I know. I don't like the smell of peanut butter. I just don't. So if I have something that has peanut butter in it, because I don't mind the flavor every now and then I have to wear this mask, that's hell. And on top of that, I can't breathe though. Honestly, doctors and nurses and CNAs and everybody that has to wear these for a living, props to you guys. Seriously. My brother's an EMT and he complains about it a lot too. But I think that's all I got for a rant right now. I think I'm going to throw you up here and just let you enjoy the trip for a bit. But looks like anybody that needs a job that lives in or around Pittsfield, Massachusetts, looks like they got Harbor Freight's got a sign out. Now hiring full and part-time, starting at $13 an hour. So, there you go. So let's go in there. God, I always look like a neckbeard with this thing on. And there's three things. Three things. Let's go make fun of Shane's ears. Jesus. Alright. Alright. So, face mask off. I can breathe again. We're definitely going to have to figure something out because that's way too jingly for me with the new bus keys and such. But, another day's project. So, you guys are awesome, reminding me that I needed to grab the gloves because I did exactly that. Grabbed them 2 packs because they're cheap enough and he uses them a lot. So I got my extension cord that I needed. You guys saw me grab that, as well as the glasses. I have a lot of pair of these, but this is something that never goes bad. And then, you know, obviously everything else that you go to Harbor Freight and, you know, you forget you need. Oh, these I did need. These are something else that I was coming to get. But what I think I'm going to do is keep all of the receipts for everything that I purchased for this bus. And then at the end of it, when I think I'm done, which I don't think I'm ever actually going to reach, I will tally it up and give you an actual estimate. But for now, it looks like my camera it might die. It's on the last bar, but I'm going to see if my friend's working, see if she needs anything, because it's getting kind of close to lunchtime. And then we'll be on our way back home. And if all goes to plan, I'll be able to get it at least 1 seat out, maybe 2. I don't know. We'll find out. It's not too warm out yet, but let's get to it. Alright, so just ran power, but had to make sure that it stayed off the ground so the mower can still get in underneath it. A little redneck, but hey, it'll work. Basically just hooked up to a outlet in there, wrapped around the conduit so it's not going to pop out. I don't have too much stress on it. Most of the stress is honestly going to be on the windowsill because that's where it starts draping. Obviously runs over and just loops around. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that should give me the power I need. Hopefully. From Harbor Freight, one of the main, the main reason I went is so I could get some safety glasses. Safety glasses. I've got enough in my eyes over the years that I don't want to do it again. Now, the headphone, the ear protection that I wanted, I have like ballistic earmuffs here, but those things are huge. And it's hot in this bus, and I don't want anything that big. So what I was looking for was actually the one that has the around the head plastic that goes into the ears. I didn't see that, no big deal. But they had these, which are just, well, just little ear plugs. They're going to work fine. Comes with a cool little case. For some reason, instructions. Put in hole. Okay. So, unwrap these. I'll use these. Plus the glasses. Because you're grinding metal. Okay? And a lot of the times this metal that you're grinding is going to get to liquid metal state. Very hot. You don't want that in your eye. Frankly, you don't want it anywhere, but definitely not in your eye. Alright. Don't look at my butt. So, we got power. Hearing. Hearing. There you go. Those are in there. That should do the trick. Hopefully. And, yeah, let's go from that. always let it stop. Let it stop, then you can put it down. Something to remember is any metal that ends up coming off is going to be extremely hot. It may not look like it, but give it a couple minutes. As you can see, sparks were flying everywhere. That's why we wear glasses. I'm wearing gloves. If you have any frills like on the bottom of your pants, they can catch on fire very easily. Be careful of that. I have experience working with metal. I worked for metal when I was in school for 3 years. So I'm no stranger to sparks, but sparks themselves can hurt too. It's a lot like cooking bacon, but potential of lighting you on fire. So I think I may have found something magical. Hopefully. Let's go take a look. So I'm going to shove you under the seat. See that little latch? If that does what I think it does, I should be able to just lift this seat up. And I have all that room to access. So, let's find out. You and I are finding out at the same time. Let's see if we can find a decent camera angle for you. That work? That works. All right. Oh. Oh. Fuck yeah! Oh, and it comes with free gum. God, this bus just never stops. Also, I found this cool little bottle cap thing. This bus keeps giving me treasures. Inside of it, there's a little... Isn't that cool? It says good dog. That's cool. I'll put that up on my Instagram. I think I'm going to keep all of the little things that I find on the bus. Kind of a tribute to it being a school bus before a home. And, you know, we'll go from there. I think that's it. Fuck yeah! So much room for activities! Oh my god. Alright, we got one out. It's a nice little holding area. There you go. So I took the angle grinder and ground off the 3, I think it was, bolts that would be closest to the aisle. And then there were 2, 3, or 4 bolts that clip onto the little lip. If you remember riding a school bus, it was most likely where you kept your foot. Here, I might be able to show you. Yeah, if you look down there, where everything's bolted up above the wheel well, that runs the entire length of the bus. And I was able to get my hammer drill on the top and a wrench on the bottom, and those came right out. The only time it was an issue is I had one like right behind where the seat comes up. So that took a minute to be able to finagle that and get in there. And the only way I was able to do that was actually to take the back off and remove the bolts that actually hold the back onto the bottom. If you're ever worried about school bus seats not being safe, aside from the whole seatbelt thing, these things are structurally sound. These are big bolts. Here, let me show you. So, look at the size of these things. And there's like 6 of them holding each seat. Some of them are pretty long. But they're definitely safe. And a little difficult to get out. So, you know, taking a breather. We got the door open. So there's a nice breeze. I wonder if I can open this up too. Get a real nice breeze going. Take a sip of my coffee. I keep complaining it's hot, but my coffee still has ice in it, so it's hot for up here. Am I on? I was going to finish up around 2:30 if I didn't have the seat out, which is 2:26 right now. So I think I'm going to call it a day and close up everything in here and come back to this. Today is Friday. Probably come back to this Monday because I work over the weekends. So I'll see you then.